Take a look at the people around you today. At the grocery store, in your office, or across the dinner table. Look closely, because the statistics here are genuinely startling. 1 in every 4 adults you see is currently carrying a silent, destructive disease. And the vast majority of them have absolutely no idea. It does not cause sudden, sharp pain like a heart attack. It does not announce itself with a violent, obvious cough. It is a slow, quiet suffocation of one of the hardest working organs in your body. We are talking about non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, often shortened to NAFLD. Some newer medical literature now refers to this condition as MASLD instead, reflecting its true metabolic origins. For decades, liver disease was strictly associated with chronic alcohol abuse. But today, the medical landscape has completely shifted. Modern diets, hidden liquid sugars, fast food, and sedentary lifestyles have changed everything. A massive new epidemic has quietly emerged as a result. Doctors sometimes call this the silent side effect of modern convenience eating. People who have never touched a drop of alcohol are affected too. Many of them are walking around with livers slowly turning into fatty, sluggish tissue. Today, on Physician's Desk Guide, we are going to decode 5 early warning signs. These are signs that your liver may be quietly crying out for help. We will explain exactly what is happening inside your body. And most importantly, we will walk through a real protocol to help reverse the damage. This is not about fear for its own sake. It is about giving you the information your doctor may not have time to fully explain during a short office visit. The chemical plant inside you. Why does the liver tend to suffer in such near total silence? To understand this disease, picture your liver as more than just an organ. Think of it as a massive, hyper-efficient chemical processing plant. It weighs about 3 pounds and sits in the upper right side of your abdomen. It performs well over 500 distinct, vital functions every single day. It filters toxins out of your blood around the clock. It produces bile that helps your body digest fat properly. It stores essential vitamins your body needs to function well. And it acts as your body's primary energy reservoir, storing glucose as glycogen. Because it is so critical to survival, the liver was built to be remarkably tough. It is the only internal organ capable of actively regenerating itself over time. You can lose up to 70% of your liver tissue and still function. The remaining 30% will often keep working without sending a single pain signal. But this incredible resilience is exactly what makes fatty liver disease so dangerous. When you consume excessive amounts of processed carbohydrates, your liver takes on extra strain. High fructose corn syrup, found in sodas and countless packaged foods, is a major factor. Nearly every cell in your body can use ordinary glucose for energy. Fructose is different because it can only be metabolized by the liver itself. When you flood your liver with large doses of liquid fructose, it gets overwhelmed. It cannot process that sugar quickly enough to keep up with the intake, so it does the only thing left available to it. It converts that excess sugar directly into stored fat. Over months and years, these fat droplets slowly accumulate inside liver tissue. They begin smothering healthy liver cells one layer at a time. The organ swells, becomes inflamed, and can gradually begin to scar. If that scarring process continues unchecked over many years, it can eventually progress further. In more advanced cases, this scarring can develop into a condition called fibrosis. Left unaddressed for long enough, fibrosis can eventually progress towards cirrhosis in some patients. That progression underscores exactly why catching these warning signs early matters so much. And while it will not scream out in pain, it does send other signals. Sign 1. The lead weight fatigue. Have you ever woken up after a full 8 hours of sleep still exhausted? You feel like you are dragging a 100-pound weight behind you all day. Warning sign number 1 is unexplained, chronic, lead weight fatigue. We all experience tiredness after a long day or a poor night's sleep. But fatigue connected to a fatty liver tends to feel fundamentally different. It is a profound, bone-deep exhaustion that coffee or rest cannot seem to fix. Why might this happen inside your body? Remember that your liver functions as your primary energy reservoir. When you eat, your liver stores energy as glycogen for later use. It then releases that energy steadily throughout the day to fuel your brain and muscles. But when liver cells become surrounded by thick layers of fat, this system struggles. The liver has a harder time converting food into usable, steady energy. There is another factor worth understanding here as well. A fatty, inflamed liver tends to trigger low-grade inflammation throughout the body. Your immune system responds by releasing signaling proteins called cytokines. These proteins can travel through your bloodstream and affect how your brain feels. The result can feel similar to fighting off a mild flu day after day. If your energy has crashed for no clear reason, your liver may be struggling. Sign 2. Dull fullness under your right ribs. A typical stomachache is usually easy to pinpoint and describe. But what about a heavy, dull ache just beneath your right rib cage? Warning sign number 2 is right-sided fullness with a dull abdominal ache. As mentioned earlier, liver tissue itself does not contain many pain receptors. You could technically injure liver tissue directly and feel very little at first. So how exactly can a fatty liver end up causing discomfort? The answer lies in a thin membrane wrapped around the liver called Glissant's capsule. This capsule is densely packed with sensitive nerve endings. When your liver accumulates significant amounts of fat, it physically begins to swell. A healthy liver tends to be dark, red, and relatively compact in size. A severely fatty liver becomes noticeably enlarged and can turn a pale, yellowish color. As the organ expands, it stretches and pulls against that surrounding capsule. That stretching is what activates the nerve endings and creates real discomfort. Patients often describe this less as sharp pain and more as heavy fullness. You might notice a dull ache in the upper right area of your abdomen. That discomfort can sometimes radiate toward your back or your right shoulder. It often feels noticeably worse after eating a heavy, greasy meal. If you frequently feel pressure building under your right ribs, take that seriously. Sign 3. Stubborn, firm belly fat. Have you ever noticed someone with thin arms and legs but a firm, round belly? Warning sign number 3 is stubborn visceral belly fat. Some people call this the skinny fat phenomenon, and it is a real pattern. There are 2 main types of fat found throughout the human body. Subcutaneous fat sits just beneath your skin and feels soft to the touch. You can pinch it, and while it may be frustrating cosmetically, it is fairly harmless. Visceral fat is a different story entirely. This is the more dangerous, metabolically active fat packed deep inside your abdomen. It wraps tightly around organs like your heart, your intestines, and your liver. When your liver becomes overwhelmingly fatty, it eventually runs out of storage space. Think of it like a bathtub that has finally been filled past capacity. Once the liver is fully saturated, excess fat begins spilling into the surrounding cavity. This process often creates a distinctive, firm, protruding belly shape. That is exactly why someone can have a normal body weight overall. They may have thin limbs and appear healthy on the surface, yet still be carrying a dangerously fatty liver underneath it all. If your waistline keeps expanding despite diet and exercise, pay close attention to it. A firm, protruding belly that resists typical efforts may point toward visceral fat buildup. Sign 4. Changes showing up on your skin. Your skin is the largest organ in your entire body. It often acts like a warning display for problems happening deeper inside. Warning sign number 4 involves unexplained changes to your skin's appearance. Let's start with something called spider angiomas. These are small, red, spider-like blood vessels that suddenly appear on the skin. They typically show up on the face, neck, or upper chest area. Each one has a central red point with tiny vessels radiating outward from it. Why might these appear on someone's skin over time? Your liver plays a key role in clearing excess hormones from your bloodstream. Estrogen is one of the hormones your liver normally helps regulate. When a fatty liver begins struggling, estrogen levels can build up in the blood. That excess estrogen can weaken the walls of small blood vessels near the skin. This causes them to dilate and become more visible than usual. Another important skin signal is a condition called acanthosis nigricans. This causes skin in body folds to become dark, thick, and velvety in texture. Common areas include the back of the neck, the armpits, and the groin. This discoloration is not dirt, and scrubbing will not remove it. It is a direct physical reaction connected to significant insulin resistance. Because fatty liver disease and insulin resistance frequently occur together, this matters. The appearance of these dark, velvety patches is worth mentioning to your doctor. Sign 5, persistent mental fog. You walk into a room and immediately forget why you went in there. You find it hard to focus during even a simple, casual conversation. Your thinking feels like it is wrapped in a thick, heavy fog. Warning sign number 5 is persistent brain fog and mental confusion. It might seem like your brain and your liver have little in common. In reality, the two are closely, biologically connected. One of your liver's core jobs is to help detoxify your bloodstream. It acts as a biological filter, removing waste products and certain toxins. That includes ammonia, a byproduct created during normal protein digestion. As liver function becomes more compromised by fat and inflammation, filtering efficiency can drop. Some substances that should be neutralized may continue circulating for longer than normal. Over time, and particularly as liver disease advances, this can begin affecting the brain. This connection between liver health and mental clarity has been well documented in more advanced cases. It may contribute to difficulty, concentrating, mental fatigue, and a foggy, sluggish feeling. If your mental sharpness has noticeably declined, it is worth asking your doctor why. The root cause is not always located where you might expect it to be. Sometimes the explanation sits quietly beneath your right rib cage instead. The reversal protocol. If you recognize these signs in yourself, you might be feeling some genuine concern right now. Here is something reassuring that deserves far more attention than it usually gets. Unlike advanced kidney failure or severe heart disease, early and moderate NAFLD is often reversible. Your liver genuinely wants the chance to heal itself. You simply need to give it the right environment and enough time to do so. Here is a practical protocol many doctors recommend as a starting point. Step 1. Reduce liquid fructose as much as possible. This means cutting back significantly on sodas, sports drinks, and sweetened teas. Commercial fruit juices often carry a surprising amount of hidden sugar too. High fructose corn syrup places a heavy, unnecessary burden on a struggling liver. Try replacing these drinks with water, black coffee, or green tea instead. Coffee in particular contains antioxidants that research suggests may help protect liver tissue over time. Step 2. Consider a structured eating window, sometimes called intermittent fasting. When you eat frequently throughout the day, your liver is constantly processing incoming energy. Restricting your eating to a defined window, such as noon to 8 in the evening, changes that. This approach gives your liver an extended period of time to rest and recover. During that fasting window, insulin levels tend to drop naturally. Your body may then rely more on stored fat, including liver fat, for fuel. Always check with your doctor before starting any new eating pattern, especially with existing conditions. Step 3. Take a short walk after eating. You do not need an intense workout to see meaningful benefits here. A brisk 15-minute walk after a meal can make a real difference. Movement helps your leg muscles absorb glucose directly from your bloodstream. When your muscles use that sugar for fuel, less of it reaches your liver. It is one of the simplest, most accessible habits for supporting liver health. Your liver is one of the most forgiving, resilient organs in your entire body. It works quietly in the background, processing your life without a single complaint. Please do not wait until it is seriously struggling before you start paying attention. If you suspect you may have fatty liver disease, please schedule an appointment with your doctor. A simple blood test checking your liver enzymes can offer real, useful answers. An ultrasound can also help give your doctor a clearer picture of what is happening. You genuinely have the power to support your liver's ability to heal. You have real power to take meaningful steps toward better long-term health. If this video brought you value today, please consider hitting that like button. It genuinely helps more than most people realize. Doing so helps this information reach others who might be struggling in silence too. And subscribe to Physician's Desk Guide and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments which of these signs surprised you the most. Take care of your liver, and in return, it will keep taking care of you. It has already been quietly protecting you for every single day of your life so far. We will see you in the next video. This video is provided for general educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult a qualified healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, fasting routine, or medication use, and before drawing any conclusions about your own liver health.